Greetings everyone and welcome to another Lost Caverns of Ixalan draft. There will be like a few more of these. I think I will be mixing these up with the cube drafts when the cube begins. But let's focus on this draft now. The Poetic Ingenuity is a really good card, and in one of my drafts, some number of drafts ago, I had this in my deck, and it was, well, unsurprisingly quite the important key card in some of the victories I had in that event. Easy pick. So whenever, I mean, the treasures are really nice, but the main thing is that if you can cast a bunch of artifact spells, you will get free dinos that have a fairly reasonable size to make them matter on the battlefield. Only once per turn, but still. It's the peak, always gonna be the peak. I think if there was a Zodiac Cliff in the pack, you might consider that, but let's take this now and let's see if I can be red and also if I can get a reasonable number of artifacts, because you can't really, I mean, it doesn't make much sense to play this card if you can cast, I don't know, 5 artifact spells in the entire deck. Remember, this does care about casting the artifact spells, so things that ETP with a map token or a treasure token, they don't count. You have to cast an artifact spell, and I'm gonna take the Clayfied Bricks now for that purpose. It's actually the best card in the pack. You could maybe consider the Guardian, but I would take the Clayfied Bricks almost always over the Guardian. And I will take it. My previous draft was red-white, but I mean, I'm not gonna take a bad card just because I want to draft different colors than in my previous video. Right, so this is actually, well, I'm gonna keep red-white, that is for sure. I'm not taking the Final Strike or the Echo Dusk or the Defossilize. Or the blue cards, obviously, because they are not that great, but I would normally take the Dawn Runner, but now I have to think about how much do I want to make this thing work. Now in red-white, it's not that problematic to get a reasonable number of artifacts to make the Poetic Ingenuity really good. So I don't think I'm gonna take now something like a Dino Automaton. I might play the Dowsing Device in this deck if it comes back to me, but I'm still taking the Dawn Runner. And well, now I'm not taking the Petrify. I could take the Idol, but I like the Diamond Pickaxe more. Yeah, easy pick, and it also seems red-white will be open because there was, decent red cards and the Petrify from white too still left in that pack. Well, there's not an artifact spell I'm interested in. The only one is I'm not taking the black one, but this would be a colorless one, but I don't quite like this card. But the Blundering Pirate is always nice. It produces an artifact, but it doesn't work with the Ingenuity, like I already mentioned. Alright, there's another Plundering Pirate, but I'm not taking that. And I might take the Iron Paw Aspirant normally, but now I'm going to draft around the rare a little bit, and I'll take the Landmark, which is also a quite decent card if you have a lot of artifacts, and I assume to be getting them. But I would, given that I have no 2-mana creatures, I would actually just take the Aspirant, but now the Landmark gets the nod thanks to the artifact synergies in this deck. I ideally get those 2-drop artifact creatures, which are fairly plentiful in the format. Alright, I can continue in the same vein. I think, well, it's gonna be one of these, but which one it is gonna be? I think when I have 0 of either of these, I'll take the Torch first, but then if I get the same choice again, I think I will choose the other one in that case. Alright, Envoy, Thousand Moons, Infantry. I don't actually want to have any 3-drops, but these are the only options. So I do like this slightly more. I'll take that. Okay, that's a tougher one because I actually do want to have at least one 2-mana creature going to pack 2, and I already took a Torch. Out of 8 cards, half of them are artifacts. I think it's good enough. I'll take the Aspirant now, just to make sure I can also curve out in the game. So I can take the sideboard Hazard. And I will play the Hunter's Blowgun, I think. I wouldn't mind having the Courtyard either. But I'm taking the Blowgun now to have some, to keep the artifact count into as a reasonable at a reasonable count. But yeah, I also need creatures. I mean, I can't just play non-creature artifacts and then assume that the deck is gonna perform well. I need ideally artifact creatures, a few, and then just any creatures also, because I'm currently at 5 out of 11. Okay, I'll take the companion because I don't need 2 of these in the sideboard. I don't think I'm gonna play the companion, but let's keep it here for now. All right. Well, the Fabrication Foundry. Cast an artifact, spell activating ability. The second ability is barely worth doing I mean, it's not really worth anything in limited. It's extremely clumsy and you don't get like any value out of that. Now, I don't really think that I'm gonna take another landmark. And normally the Raptor is better than the Aspirant, but look at this mana curve. I need a 2-drop. I need a 2-drop rather than a 3-drop, so I'm gonna take the 2-drop there. And, well, not the greatest. I'll just take the Rock Slide. I can play it. Come on. What's going on? Why I get these cards for my colors, but they are not artifacts. I'll take the Petrify though, it's pretty good. So let's take it. And well, there's a Deconstruction Hammer. I have a number of equipment though. I guess it's slightly better than the Blowgun as a main deck option. But 8 creatures only, and I don't necessarily want to play all the Child of the Volcanoes here. The other option would be the Hidden Volcano, which I think I do want to have these caves in my decks always, basically. And you can't count on getting them very late. So this could be the kind of pack where I take the Hidden Volcano, but I guess the Deconstruction Hammer also works as artifact and the Enchantment Hate. So let's take one now and hope to get some creatures. There's a Brass's Tunnel Grinder, but how easily will I be doing the descending thing? I don't know if it's gonna be that easy necessarily in this deck. So I'm gonna take the Tinker's Toad instead. I've really not been impressed by the tunnel thing in decks that don't actually get to put the counters. You basically want to put the counters on it on the next turn and the turn after that to get the land going on. Otherwise it's too slow. Wow, I don't seem to get the artifacts. There's landmark, but I mean I need actual creatures, and I suppose here the Sunshot Militia is my choice because I also need 2 mana creatures. Dino Automaton, finally, easy peak. Let's move on. Master's Guide Mural. Guess you could try to splash this thing. I'm not playing the Brazen Blade Master. I'm gonna take these over, something like the Sandwing, which I'm not interested in either. This is a sideboard card that rarely gets used. This could be splashed, because the crafting part also requires only 1 blue. So you can splash this if you have the means to do that. I mean, you need to have some ways to fetch an island from your deck, I suppose. Okay, I'm still getting the Foundry, which will add mana for my few artifact things. But I don't know if I'm supposed to take it. It's just not gonna be worth it. This 5-drop I like actually somewhat, but it's also... I'll take these. I really don't like the Gnome, even though it's an artifact creature. I'll take another landmark. I don't want to twist my deck too much because of the Poetic Ingenuity, but you know, the landmark is good. I can play 2 of them. And the Scry 2, you know, helps to get something out of it. I mean, some benefit from the front side. I mean, sure, I'll take the uncommon here. And not playing any of these, so maybe like Daring Discovery, Sideboard Option, Family Reunion. Neither of those are very likely to be sideboarded in. Hidden Volcano, pick 12, I like that a lot. Nothing for me, nothing for me, nothing for me. Pack 3 gives me... I actually just want to have those 2-drop artifact creatures. There's one at common in white, and at least one common white one common red one. There's a colorless one too. But, you know, I'm happy to have a Rowan Lurker Bat here. Also, the pub wouldn't be bad, but I can, you know, return stuff. I have, I mean, more than just, you know, more than just considering for the ingenuity. You know, I can return artifacts to cast them again, but there's other synergy too. But I think here I'll take the bat and over something like the pirate number 3. Or do I have only one of 2 of them? I have only one. Anyway, I think the bat is still the pick. Oh, well, this is a nice pack. I mean, I wouldn't mind the yelling. This is like you could consider splashing this, but I don't think it's so important. But the Cabarok, the Sunborn, is of course going to be the pick. It's the best card. I mean, this can be better, but of course for this deck, the Sunborn is it. I would really like to have this, despite it not being an artifact creature. And Dowsing Device. It didn't even come back to me in the, I guess in pack 1 I saw it. I have now 10 artifacts to cast if I'm not going to cut any of them. I really want to maybe consider cutting the companion here, but now I don't just like the Dowsing Device. I think I'll actually take the Hidden Volcano because, yeah, I'm not sure if I'm going to splash the Master's Guide mural here. I have here some expensive stuff already. I'll take the land. Well, I guess I'll take this. This does be a reasonable number of 2-drops. I still need them though. I have do I have 1-drop creatures here? Only the bat. 4 2-drops. Yeah, I need to get early drops. Well, there's a Torch, but there's a Petrify. Petrify is slightly better, but Torch is slightly more synergistic. Right. Neither of those is a card I'm actually interested in. I want to have creatures. But I suppose I will take the Torch now. I also have these things I want to be able to craft with artifacts. The Torch works with that plan. Okay, so Militia number 2 or Panicked Altisor. I guess I don't need the Altisor. I can even maybe consider playing some of these. Child of the Volcanoes. I'll take the 2-mana thing. I just don't get the early drops. I mean, there's a Burning Sun Cavalry, but it's just a 2-mana 2/2. I'm not gonna play that. I guess I have enough 2-mana plays now. Do I want to take the standard? I don't think I have room for that thing. I can take this as a sideboard card. Oh well, let's put it to the main deck for now, but we'll see if I'm gonna play it. Alright, well, Petrify again being offered to me, but I think I might just take the Canvas Gnome. It would be one way to splash for this, but I think the ship did sail in that regard. But I'll take the Gnome. That can at least make it so that I can easily play 16 lands in here. I have a Hazard, but I have also a Blowgun, so I don't know if I'm gonna be playing either of those. Let's take this. I mean, at 2 copies, I mean. The Archaeologist can get me one of my artifacts back from the graveyard, but 5 mana 4/4 not interesting really. I'll just take the Etalis Favor. I don't think I have space for it in this particular deck, but I can take it. 12 artifacts. I'll just take the Vault. Sure. Sure. And this is gonna be it now. 30 cards. Well, I'm gonna cut some of them. Now this 17 creatures plus, of course, the Tinker's Toad counts as a creature. Child of the Volcano, Child of the Volcano. I'd rather play the Altisor than a Child of the Volcano, so I guess I can cut one more of those. And then, what's the creature count? Like this, Tinker's Toad can go there too, because it will create me creatures right away. Well, Landmark doesn't. So let's do a little bit of fine-tuning. Now, this is my actual creature curve if I want to produce creatures on the battlefield. This will be a creature later in the game. My artifact count is 12. I don't need necessarily that many for the Poetic Ingenuity. Do I want to play the blowgun in the main deck? I have a pickaxe and a deconstruction hammer. Then again, the blowgun is actually not bad with the stuff I have here. Do I want to play the Cartographer's Companion? 14 creatures plus the Toad, which is kind of 15. I don't think I have the space for the Etalis Favor here. I don't even have that big creatures that, you know, would significantly benefit from the +1/+1 and trample. So that's gonna be the easy cut here. 12 artifacts still. I'm going to play 16 lands. I have the bricks and the compass gnome that will help me find a land. I'm not going to splash the blue mural. Yeah, the companion is like a... It's okay, it does actually give me 2 permanents for the Sunshot Militias. It is a creature that goes to graveyard to allow crafting with this thing, for instance. But I do have to make some cut here. I mean, actually I will need to make two cuts. I'm just not very happy about cutting any of these, you know, things that give me creatures. So I guess the Hunter's Blowgun is going to go. And then there is the Landmark. That's another question. Will I, you know, cut a non-artifact thing here? It would have to be, well, it's not gonna be the Ingenuity, not gonna be the Petrify. I don't think it's gonna be the Rock Slide either. Nor the creatures here. I mean, I guess like even the Envoy is good. I'm really thinking about cutting the Landmark. Yeah, let's cut the Landmark. I like these torches slightly more. If I'm gonna have a choice between, I mean, because I don't think I'm gonna cut the hammer or the pickaxe or any of the other of this stuff. So the decision is between a Landmark and the torch. So in the main deck I like the torch, but I could see sideboarding this away. Or I could see that I want to have 2 of these levitators, or potential to get 2 levitators after sideboarding, but maybe in the main deck I can cut 1 Landmark, and this is it. This is now 10 artifact spells, which is enough for the Ingenuity. Yeah, it is. So I'm gonna play the Companion here, mostly also because I don't want to have a too low of a creature count, given that I have 2 of this equipment here, for instance. Yeah, that is it. And let's add some lands, which is gonna be a couple of these, and I suppose pretty even spread. Otherwise I have very similar amount of white and red here. Yeah, so I have the Ingenuity and the Sunborn, which are really good cards, and the rest of the deck I think supports gives a good, uh, kind of the mana curve and all the things you want to fill, all the kind of needs of what the deck wants to do. I think that's fine here. Removal, mana curve, creatures, pressure, good cards. That's it. That is the main deck. Okay, this is an acceptable hand. Don't think I need to find any land with this thing. Opponent did mulligan to 6, they are on the play. What's this leave? They kept 6, alright. Well, I can go 2-3 here. I'm gonna start with militia because I don't know yet if I want to get a land with this compass gnome or not, so let's wait until that decision happens later. I don't think that 2-1 is a very good attacker into their turn 3 play. Besides, now I can play this and start doing a little bit of pinging. So they are actually thinking about making some kind of play there, but they did not make a play. Only islands so far. Scout. Oh, with the bat, I think it is pretty easy now. I will want to kill the scout, and I can even do a little bit of optimization here. So what I can do is I can first ping them for 1. Then I can equip here, attack, throw the torch, kill the scout, and deal 1 more damage this way, and also I get to scry here. Fourth land. I kinda want to double spell, although... Okay, I don't need it. There's no real need for a fourth land right now. Because I don't think double spelling the militia and the gnome is necessarily even that great. I'd rather just play the companion. If I need to play the petrify, well, so be it. I mean, if I don't draw land and play this, then it will be my only play unless I draw one of my 1 mana spells. But I can live with that. Stupefaction on this, not on the bat. I guess they have another kind of an answer for the bat. I mean, this really does 1 damage a turn easily, or maybe even more than 1 damage a turn. I don't know why would they stupefy this thing. And now they're thinking if they want to mill 2 or not. Well, are you a descent deck or not? Okay, there are more colors than... I mean, there are more than 1, but there's actually both red and black in there, so Grixis. Well, they haven't got any of those in their hand, I mean. So... No matter what yeah, I'll just do this. I'll play the companion. I don't need anything else on this turn. Plunder that thing, okay. I don't think it's really a big deal. They got a map out of it, but it's a 1 mana card I can easily replay. Sage of Days, so more kind of decent stuff going on. But they also need to... I guess if they can make this into a 4-3, which shouldn't be too hard because they can choose what to... Although they might actually, if they have like a black or a red card in their hand, they might have a swamp or mountain there. And then if they leave that on... Okay, well they did mill 2 swamps. So they left... They have to leave either one of them or none of them. So they left one, and it was in Etali's favor, which they kept. You know, that remains on the top there. Interesting. Well, you know, I'm just gonna do it like this. I don't have to crack the torch. I can just attack with the 3-1 in here. Decline this. They go to 13, then I can play my bat and do actually double pings, because I can do this and this, as well as this and this. So maybe they have a red mana in their hand. I don't know. It doesn't seem like they have, but maybe they can draw a mountain out of this thing. K-Worm, which is gonna be actually bigger now. But I have a petrify for that. I might also need to petrify this thing though. It is a 5/4 all of a sudden. But my Sunshot militias deal damage without attacking, and well, they might choose to attack now, but then the companion can attack as well. It's not that good of a race. Oh, there's a Poetic Ingenuity. Well, I think I'll just play it now. I have no dinos to attack with, so I won't be getting a treasure here. And I don't have mana to do any moving of the equipment. It's fine. I can do this, and I can again do a couple of pings in here. And I have what, 2 artifact spells for the Ingenuity here, waiting now. It only triggers once per turn, so well, it's not like I can play the 4 and 2 mana artifacts in the same turn right now, but something to keep in mind. So if they now tap out for the K-Worm and attack for 5, it's very easy. I can just petrify this thing, and they are very close to dying. Ideally, I would now draw a land to get the gnome also. That's not a land. Well, I suppose I'm not gonna petrify it now. I'll just do this, get my 3-1, get a mountain on top. And then I can move around this on the flyer. And attack for 2 in the air while pinging a couple of points. I don't care about their attack, so I'm going to do like this. I will leave 1. No, I can actually do it like this. I'm not gonna die here. I go to 10 if they attack with both. They might be able to increase that damage a little bit, but I don't think they can get plus 10 all of a sudden. And of course I'm having a lethal turn. I mean, all it takes is that I will untap and my Sunshot Militia gets the job done. Yeah, them keeping this on top, they actually could have explored this, you know, milled this with the Explorer. They kept this on top without having access to red mana. That seems very, very risky play. Okay, that was the game number 1. The opponent, I mean, they do play more than 2 colors, and sometimes you see them play, you know, Island, Swamp, Mountain on turns 1, 2, and 3. Sometimes they just mulligan and have only one of the 3 colors available, so that's the risk you run by running many colors. Did I see something? I mean, they have this, well, I saw this bat, which could mean a Tectonic Hazard, but that's only 1 card. I actually think that my deck doesn't at least have any nonsense against them. I guess the Tinker's Thought might be a little bit underwhelming if they have these defensive creatures. But what would I use as a replacement? I guess I could use the Blowgun, because it's actually, yeah, it's good against the K-Worm, which is a pretty good blocker even without the 4 power. So I could see not playing the Toad and playing the Blowgun instead. And I don't think I need to do any other sideboarding. Okay, but very nice hand. I'm guaranteed to get the 4th mana unless they make me discard. Well, I think now I'm guaranteed to get the 4th mana. So I can just play the Aspirant, bricks on turn 3 if nothing else comes up. Now they have at least 2 colors available, but no plays yet. Of course, this will, if this survives, it's just gonna give you so much advantage. It's crazy. Alright, pickaxe instead of the clay-fired bricks, of course, because all this makes me deal more damage, and also I can make these treasures now. On the Kabarok, the Sunbone might once again show its incredible power. Okay, they can lock this guy down for a turn, but I only go down to 18 now. And I have a 4/4 which can hold this pirate unless they can explore with it and get a counter. I don't need to burn my treasure right now, so I'm gonna wait with the landmark. I don't particularly care about scrying because the panicked Altisor will be quite easily the pick out the play now on the next turn, but let's see what they do. They have all the 3 colors I know they have in their deck. I'm totally fine, by the way, trading the Sunbone with something and then getting the Discover 3 once. But they are not. They wanted to kill it, which is of course the correct play, but that means the Altisor might survive. I will take some damage now, go down to 13, but this will give me 2 life. They also will go to 14 and I will get the Altisor down. So if they also kill the Altisor, that might start to be annoying. But so far, taking 5 is not such a big deal. They actually chose not to attack at all. So I can trade the Aspirant with either of those things. I'm not gonna use a Petrify here. Because I do have the Altisor, I think I'm just gonna trade with a 3/3. I might also just represent something with the stops here so that they might not even block, because I would prefer them to not block actually, but they did, and I'm not worried about the 2/2. I'm gonna kill the pirate. It can become a 3/3 with the map token, of course, but I can still, if I need to, I can use a Petrify on the flyer. And I'm getting close to, transforming this thing. I have no artifacts on the graveyard, but it doesn't matter because the pickaxe gives me a lot of artifacts on the battlefield, which I can use for crafting. Okay, they had removal for both my big threats, the Sunbone and that thing, but also they have only 2 damage output now. So you better use this fetch first and then the scribe. So let's do it in that order. Yeah, I'm gonna take the Poetic Ingenuity and then I can cast the Companion. It's not the greatest, but it's still good, so I'm gonna do that. And in the meanwhile, I'll just craft this with one of the treasures. I have a 1/4. And it can wield the pickaxe. I might also just do the clay-fired bricks, because if I play this on the next turn, it doesn't do anything. Okay, that is something I will petrify. It will also cancel the ability usage. Okay, I'm happy they chose to do that on this guy, that if it would have picked a counter, it would not have mattered. Now that they have this, I will just simply do this. Don't need to show this. I won't be casting any artifact spells this turn, but I do need to do this. I will show this, of course, post-combat. I have removal as well. You are not the only one. They do have 2 cards in their hand though. So it could be something relevant that's gonna still allow them to do something good. Well, that's a long way from 4 power. Okay, this is nice Oaken Siren, but it's not good enough by itself. Let's attack. I guess that means they do have, you know, now 3 damage output in the air when they have a counter attack. But wait a minute, I made a mistake here. I didn't even realize, but I can in fact on this turn do this and craft this. Except that that's not exactly true. I need to craft this with an artifact. So I suppose it's gonna be happening on the next turn because I would need to use all these. Yeah, I guess there's like a question of... I mean, I could still do it if I craft with the map token. But it doesn't seem like it makes any sense. I can just use one of these treasure tokens on the next turn. In the meanwhile, I'm gonna... like, I don't know. The 5 toughness is gonna make it so that... Well, I can make one of my other guys fly here. So yeah, let's do it here if it's gonna get a counter. It doesn't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. I can't craft this with anything else than stuff on the battlefield. Not counting the treasures. So I will just... I will actually... Well, moving around the diamond pickaxe won't help too much here. I let them attack with the cave worm. I mean, it would have given me a better double block on here, but I have no plans to double block that thing. They are now down to 1 card in hand. Do I see that on this turn? I will take all this damage now. And I will have a pretty good attack. Roaming Throne. Well, that's annoying, but not too annoying. I will get a couple of 2/2s now. And I can make... this will be a 4/2 in fact, yes. So they can only jump with the siren. Now that's very good as well. I don't think I need to show... Oh, actually, I can kill a thing there. They chose a human there. Okay. I have 8 mana, so... Let's do this first. Now, that is 7 damage in the air, because I can make one other creature fly. I suppose I can actually attack with this 4/2 and make this thing fly. Because then I don't mind them blocking with the roaming throne here at all. So am I going to... Yeah, that's actually what I'm going to do. I'm gonna play this, get the additional dino. I'm gonna do this, and I'm going to actually throw this torch on the siren, I think. Then they... Yeah, I'm gonna throw it on the siren. Yeah, I get a bunch of treasures here now, 2, or I guess 1. So this will get flying. And then I will sacrifice the torch. And I will burn this thing in particular. And now they can either take, 10 damage, or trade with the 4/2. And to still take 6 damage. And I have, of course, blockers here in the ground, so the only thing that can go attack past my guys is the Water Wind Scout, but I'm at 11, so it's no big deal. Not gonna use the equip action here. I of course have a lethal attack coming if they want to attack with anything. Even if they, yeah, I actually have a lethal attack even if they leave these two blockers, assuming they have nothing. But they can have a hidden cataract here, so they can crack that. But they can also try to find something with the puzzle door. Now this is a 4-5, but it barely matters. They didn't take the gnome, so that doesn't... I mean, this next one might not be that great either. Okay, they go for the Discover 4. I will have full information now because they are tapped out. Well, not counting the treasure here. If this is a 1-mana card they chose. It doesn't seem like it is though, because the priority change was so quickly. Happened so quickly there. But now they have 3 blockers, and that's the amount they need here. With the only 2, they can block a 4 power guy and a 3 power guy, and I still have a 2/2 plus 3 coming up. So they need 3 blockers to survive if the 1 card in their hand is not castable with the treasure. So all I have to decide is if I should move this pickaxe somewhere. I mean, they didn't attack, so now I don't have a lethal attack, so there's no reason for me to do anything foolish. Like attack my guys into their stuff. I am going to just make this a 3 toughness creature and now force them to jump block with the scout. And I'm not supposed to move the diamond pickaxe now post-combat because this will die, of course, having taken 2 damage already. So I'll just play my volcano and pass. So they still have 1 mystery card in hand. Okay, they kept something else than these on top, but of course that's on top of the deck. Now I have now lethal attack if they can't deal with the Ixalan Levitator right now. And there's nothing they can do about it. I'll be on the play now with a decent hand. Yes, I can play it is all, and I guess I'm on my way to this 7 mana for the crafting. I just need something to craft with. And ideally I don't draw just lands here, of course. The opponent mulligans, alright. I wonder if they are gonna be a 2-color deck or someone with more. So now I can do... I will attack with this for sure. And now I can do this and ping for 1. Raptor means that I cannot actually attack. So let's do this. And yeah, I'm now a little bit flooded, but I kept, I guess, was it a 4-lander? I think it was, with the clay-fired bricks. I let them attack with their raptor, so I'm gonna just do the maximum. I mean, of course, I can't prevent them from attacking, but I'm not gonna even offer any kind of a double block shenanigans here. Because in theory, of course, this would be a good double block if they have nothing like a pump effect or anything, because I would be just trading 1 militia with the raptor. Let's see if there's gonna be any target for the torch. Alright, favor into what? Okay, I really hope that they would have gotten a 2 toughness creature for my torch, because the torch in the graveyard also will, you know, allow me to do the bricks thing. Okay, a lantern. Now I need to draw something other than a land. That I consider a very good draw. And then I can do this, attack for 2, and then ping for 1. So, hidden volcano, should I use it? Well, it depends on what happens, of course. No need to make a decision right now. I suppose now I'm going to do it because I have nothing else to do this turn. Let's do it right away. Aspirant, which is supposed to pump itself because the militia will be valuable by itself anyway. I was supposed to actually pre-combat use the ability, because if they now do something mid-combat, I kind of missed dealing 1 damage. That was a mistake. Just tapping the torch and the bricks here, and that would have been good, but let's see if I get punished by my hasty nature. I did not. Stomper, perhaps? They have so many cards in their hand. Well, let's have something better than a Stomper, and it is gonna... Okay, the Dread Moss Iris. Well, it's still annoying, they can get rid of my Clayfied Pricks. Trumpeting Carnosaur. I mean, it's not that big of a problem if they couldn't use this to kill the pricks, which they will be able to do. I'm gonna move this on the aspirant. Okay, so they have more blockers, but they don't have mana for this iron now, so that actually does mean I'll get my two tokens here now. Assuming I want to... Yeah, it's kinda annoying now because I still need to craft from the battlefield. Yeah, and I'm also facing a lot of trample because this gives trample. This is basically 14 points of trample. Yeah. Should I craft with the gnome or with the torch? The torch can go to face. That is a relevant thing. Anyway, first I'll just do this because this is just a free thing to do. Those can be tapped no matter what. But now I have the 7 mana, but I don't have an artifact in the graveyard. I will get 2 1/1s here, so let's see now. Torch going to face can matter, but this is a 3/2 blocker as well, which can... I mean, I have to assume that they're attacking with these guys and they can make them 14 trample. Yeah, I guess I just need my creature here, so let's do that. And do I have the luxury to ping them once? Because I can use the kiln here to pinging duty here. I mean, I can block enough damage here like this, so let's do this. Sadly, no more pings thanks to the Dread Moss Ire, which is gonna be annoying. And they will get rid of this kiln, of course. which means that my guys will be smaller in on the next turn. Well, that's the Carnosaur is quite good, of course, but okay, they're gonna attack with everything. Just to land in there. So but if they have no creature in their hand, they actually I want to try to make it so that I win in with the counter attack, but my guys will be smaller. I get the +1/+1 here though. But first things first, I need to survive. So I need to block total of 4. They can also make this into a trampler, of course, but if I put a blocker in... Wait a minute, what I can do is... No, this is not great. It's never great. However it's gonna go, it's not great. Maybe this was supposed to be untapped. I think every point of damage matters here. Man, this Dreadmore's Ire. If it didn't kill the kill, this would be so much easier. So... I guess I'm going to just go like here. I don't need the militia necessarily. This is gonna go away. This here and this here. Does that make sense? I'm gonna do this because I'm running out of time. I'm not sure if this is even gonna be enough. Is this a mistake? I don't think it necessarily is. Maybe... No, it's not. So... Oh, do they have another spell? Ah, well then I... What the... They drew another Dreadmore's Ire. Oh, they had it in their hand all the time. I mean, I'm actually still alive, but it doesn't matter because I lose now this... I mean, both creatures actually. They let me have one creature, but... What? Dreadmore's Ire, I hate it. I hate it. When that happens. Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna take the blowgun against that deck. And maybe I don't need the companion, it seems quite bad here. Tinker's Toad. I think I'm not gonna play the Toad either, I'm gonna play another landmark. And should I play something like a Daring Discovery here? I think the Torch isn't that useful, so I'm gonna play the Daring Discovery just to have a way to push through. I need to win before they get to deploy their big things. But man, I'm playing against 2 Dreadmore's Ire. That's really bad news for me. Zero Lander, let's go. Okay then. Not great. I think I'm gonna still keep the bat here. I need a white... I mean, I need a plains here regardless. I also don't need to play the torch on turn 1, so I can do this. I got quite close, but of course, when they have those trampled things, it's really hard to... you know, kind of jump block things. I had jump blockers, but they had tramples everywhere. Now I drew the planes, that was of course a huge thing. Am I going to play the Envoy here? I think I'm going to play it. It's better use for my mana. No upgrade at least. But do they have a 3-drop that can deal with... that can block the 3/3? They well, kind of do, but also not because I have a torch in here. What? They're gonna go for the aggression. That's something I'm quite happy to have. Now I'm gonna get the scry out of this bat because I will be killing this so that it doesn't give any annoying hastes. No need for a land here. A land can allow me to make a gnome, but I'd prefer to draw a random card than a land. Especially because that thing is not dead. So let's give the bat this thing, and then this is gonna happen, and I'm gonna do this and attack for a little bit of damage here again. Well, okay, they have nothing. I guess they have like 2 Dreadmoss Eyres again here. But now if they don't have any... I don't think there's any mass removal that would work now. They chose to cliff that thing, so they have to have an answer on the bat as well. That's gonna have to be the case. The bat is now the threat here. Of course, both militias are too, but I mean the bat is gonna... Okay, well... So what I can do here is just... I don't think I can guarantee... Now that they killed it, if I move this and attack for 3, they go to 2, but... Then I can't do this twice. So I think it's better to just force them to take the trade with the aspirant. I will get the scry out of that. They have to block it because I will deal 1 post-combat. Like that, and I guess I'm gonna equip in here. And then I'm gonna scry, and if this is a land... I mean, this is not the land I want to draw. Maybe an untapped land could have been considered, because they are now at 2. If they don't gain life, I will win with the Altisar, even if they deal with this board somehow. Okay. Any reason to do things differently? I don't think there is. This is fine as is. I will still try the daring discovery. Does it make any sense though? I mean, once they start having creatures, but they also have a bunch of removal. Maybe on the draw I'm not gonna do it. On the play it made a little bit more sense. Should I just have like a creature? This can get some counters. I mean, I guess I could see Child of the Volcano doing something. I still don't think the favor is too great here. Yeah, I'll do it like this. Alright, I have a Sunbone in the deck. Hopefully I can trigger it once. This is a fine hand. Even have a Rock Slide for some of their stuff. They did mulligan to 6 at least. Any more mulligans? And they kept 6, and oh, I get to start with the scry. I don't need any lands here now, so let's get the lands away. Okay, they go for a hasty. It's Quint there. Okay, that's... well, that's gonna be good as long as I just draw some artifact spells, but of course I have still... I don't recall how did I sideboard, but I think I have like 10-ish at least. I had only drawn 1, so there should be a fairly decent amount of them left. Oh, they're gonna go for double explorer there. Well, it's still just a 3-4, so it's not even a big deal necessarily. I will have to take some damage, of course. They have a Dreadmore's Ire. That is obvious now. They're gonna go for it. I don't mind if they use the weight on the landmark now and just deal 2 extra damage. That is acceptable. And now, as long as I can they have this axe jaw now. Yeah, this can be actually nasty. Now the Sunborn will block this, but if they have a 5 power axe jaw now on this turn, because I go to 10 and then I will go to 5. I know I have the rock slide here, but oh, they have another. They have like multiple over the edges. Well, that means they don't have the axe jaw. Maybe they have a 2-mana spell here then. Jump there. I mean, I can live with this. Now they are top decking. And I can use the rock slides to kill this, and this 4-4 is gonna hold the fort against the 3-4. Okay. Be that way, but I can still kill it. And they got Seeker of Sunlight. It's not that bad though later on. But I have a 5th land, so I can kill this thing, which I have to do, of course. A bit annoying, but so be it. They have killed everything I have, so sadly no discovering available. And I don't know why did I kill this thing pre-combat, but I guess it doesn't matter. I was always gonna do it, and they were never gonna jump block the Sunborn here. So I was really hoping to get a 1 or 2 mana thing so that I could have attacked and done the stuff with this. I would have needed to hit something that can actually block here because I'm facing lethal right now. Well, I mean, I will attack for 4 because it will have menace, and then I will trade with the axe jaw, and I can at least use the hidden volcano on the next turn if I continue drawing just lands. They can double explore with this thing if they want to. They can single explore, okay. Oh, I'm taking this. I'm taking this. I assume they're gonna... Okay, let's do it like this. I'm gonna leave the axe mana here left, yes. I can't attack now, of course, but I think the free kill there was quite nice. Not the greatest in here, but I suppose now I in fact can attack. Yeah. But I can't still use the... if I had an extra mana, actually I could do something. I could play this and then attack with this and still use the torch to kill the pirate, but I'm at least going to attack and kill the pirate and hope they don't have any, attack that allows them to deal the 1 point. I'm just thinking if I'm supposed to risk it here. Wait a minute. If I throw this to their face, they have to block. But it doesn't help because then they will survive and I will die to this thing. I think this is gonna have to be the play now. I mean, I know I can. I on purpose. I wasn't planning to use the ability. I know I could have tapped the Sunfire Torch and this, and hopefully get something that blocks the axe jaw or kills it. But I have cards in my deck, like more equipment, so it wouldn't work. So I was never gonna do that. I need to have the Dino Automaton alive. But this also means I have a lethal attack on the next turn. So if they draw a land, they can't even. Well, no, it's not a lethal attack. They can offer the trade, and I think they should, because this has menace. Okay, they chose not to do that. I'm gonna get a treasure token, so now I can do the good stuff here. I can tap this pickaxe and the treasure token that's involved. I should attack with both because they are forced to jump block the Kabarokti now. Don't know what they're gonna have there, but as long as they let me attack, this trigger will happen. As long as I stack them correctly. So first I create a treasure token, then I will tap the treasure token and the pickaxe itself. And there's an iron aspirant, which is, I guess, doesn't matter. Let's keep it here. They might kill the dino automaton, so let's actually keep it here, so that's at least gonna... now they are definitely forced to jump block there. Okay. Now, just don't draw like a something annoying. I can move this now because it's just a +1/+1, so it will still survive here. Just what could be like Idol of the Deep, the King, that anything that goes to face. Haster I can block. Okay, there is something I can block. Wow. Okay, very close match. Very close match indeed. Just decline, I don't need to do anything, just kill them. Yeah. So I actually needed to hit, because they had this thing there, I needed to hit a creature. I could have hit one of my... I had at least one equipment left in the deck, for example, the white one, which has the disenchant. I would have lost the game if I hit that thing. Okay, good hand, they mulligan, they are on the play. I think I'd rather play the hammer first, so that they don't know about the torch. They might have a good target for the torch. So let's see. They have this Restless Anchorage, which is really good. Okay, this is not a bad start, especially if I can attack with the pickaxe. This will be a 3/4, so I don't think they have a blocker for it. That's gonna be good enough. Okay, they might have a... Well, I have to try, of course. Could be a bounce spell. Okay, I'll get my treasure at least. Okay, but that's... Okay, no, they're not gonna block. They just played it now because... they're gonna do that anyway. I guess I could have had like a shock effect or something there. That has been petrified. I can deal with the petrify, but I don't think the aspirant is that important. I should play the red spells because I have only one mountain here. The only thing is that I'm actually, if I play this, I have to use the treasure to equip. So yeah, I'm gonna actually do this instead, because I want to have a 4 toughness creature against the pup. They can attack with their flyer now. Okay, so let's see what's this gonna be. I don't think I'm gonna care too much. Yeah, that's... I mean, one of the only cards that makes sense for them to attack with the 1/2 here too. So... well, it's a little bit annoying, but I guess I'll just... I just want to have an attacker to deal with the pup using the torch, so let's do this now. They have priority because of the land activation. They have 3 mana to activate it, so now I'm going to actually... I'm going to burn this treasure, I believe, to make this into a 4 toughness creature. Let's see if that's gonna backfire as well. Okay, now they're gonna attack in the air, so I try to outrace them. No, they have that, which that is good, but I have the thoughts now on the guard instead. If I move this, I'll get a treasure. I think it will be worth it. That does mean I don't get to do anything else this turn, but if I kill this, they take 6. They can attack back with 5 plus 2, 7. I go to 9. I have the rock slide on the next turn though. If I just attack with the Dino Automaton right now and use the torch to kill the guard, I can also use the aspirant. I guess I can use the aspirant to kill this, give this thing the counter. Yeah, I think I'll do that instead. I kind of have to assume they have no more, tricks up their sleeve, because I'm not winning this race if they do. And it's all because of this restless anchorage. If this was a normal land, it would make such a huge difference. Oh, I'm loving this. I'm loving this. Wow, I didn't expect that to happen. Now this is a very slow clock. I guess the 1-2 was always going to block the pop, so it wasn't so great for them. They can of course keep, exploring with these map tokens, or they can do that, which is very annoying. So Cliff. I don't like it. I can kill it with 2 ways, but it's both are gonna use all my mana. I think the rock slide is better to save for the other day, but I'm gonna use this. Yeah, if I had mana to use this and play the bat, I would do it on my turn, because then I would get the scry, but this will take all the 3 mana now. So the Cliff, ruining games. Well, I have had my own Cliff games, of course. Even a blowgun. They're gonna be able to discover 3 now, 2. Not much I can do about it. Please, nothing good. Another Cliff. Well, I'm happy I didn't let this map token happen, but this is actually insane. They can still do that with the blowgun if they want to. They can also leave it in their hand, of course, and use that thing on the map token on the next turn. But oh well, I can lose to multiple Cliffs. It doesn't even matter anymore. This is such an insane card. And they just keep getting the nuts. I'm demoralized now. That's all because of the Cliff. It's so insane, and they have... It's not like their other cards are bad either. Yeah, okay, it's time to understand that I lost the game. Imagine the difference this made. This is the reason all this, and this is actually maybe the best of these lands, but all of them are really good, and this is just if this was a basic land, it would be a totally different game, because the Cliffs got, at least the first Cliff got the map here, and they wouldn't have been able to deal damage to me. It would be such a different game. But now that I'm playing against double Cliff, I'm not even gonna bother. I might just need to get lucky here. That's the only thing that's going on for me, and I might even do something weird, like, well, maybe I'm not. I was thinking about the Daring Discovery, but is that needed? I'm gonna try it, just to have a quick victory. it's horrible that I don't have any planes, but I have the ingenuity here, so I'm going to keep this. It's not great, they mulligan, but that doesn't do much yet to me because I need to get lucky here. They can have a slow six card starting hand and still have no problem because all the cards I saw from them are really good, and I might do nothing for the first four turns, but we'll see. It is a decent draw because when I do draw my white mana source, the landmark will get the ingenuity going on. But of course, it's more important to get the Sunborn going on. Pirates there, sure. They keep it bad sign, that means they have an artifact. Oh, they haven't decided yet. Well, that's actually pretty good, because now I can trigger the gnome with the ingenuity with the gnome, get my white mana, and so on. But their deck is really good. Wonder if I'm supposed to. Okay, they have no artifact, so pirates won't do anything other than be a 3 for 4. I guess they have some other spell to cast. Now, if I can attack with the dino, that would give me a treasure token, but they actually are gonna go like that. Well, that's their artifact, so they can lock down stuff with the pirates on the next turn. No, I forgot they have double cliff. Sure. So, well, I'm gonna get my second place and some of that stuff too, but it's still gonna be an uphill battle here. Then they exile the token, so this doesn't return anything when it dies. And they can lock down. The good news is I can play the Sunborn and the landmark on the same turn, so I will get my 3-1 here, but I really hope that they would have used the pirates now. Now they're gonna lock down the Sunborn here. So should I play the Envoy instead? It's a little difficult. Yeah, I'm gonna play this on the turn after that because they will use this and tap down the Envoy here, I think. Let's first do this and do some scries in here. Bye. And then yeah, let's do this. So this is still maybe doable. I will take some damage unless I go for a jump block now. I can trade with the scout here though. I guess I'm gonna jump block with the gnome. Okay, they for some reason choose that, so I mean, maybe it's not so necessary now. I'll take this now. This can be quite useful in making me some tokens. It is tempting to just make a 1-1 here, actually. Does that make any sense? I don't think it does. Let's do this. That's okay. That is not okay. I have the landmark, but I don't really have means to... Yeah, I don't think I have time to fool around with the... Well, let's just do this. Get your Discover 3, which is gonna be a Cosmic Blast. Well, good to know about that. Good to know. That can block the scout. Alright. So... I think I'm supposed to... I want to enhance these guys for sure. I want to attack with this, but it doesn't actually make much sense. They have an annoying double block now available on the Sunborn. I don't like it. If I craft, I would have to craft with the landmark or with the gnome. There's no other option. Okay, let's not craft. Let's play this thing then. And I could attack with these and trade with the pirates, but and you know, of course get you know a Discover 3. But I think I'm gonna wait for a bit. Ah, they got the Anchorage. More Nautilus. Alright. Yeah, well, their deck is pretty good. I'm at 6, they're at 20, thanks to everything they had, but of course, Cliff is gonna do stuff like that. Okay, Petrify is good against the Cliff. But they have already had one. I feel like I should petrify the Nautilus now so I can attack with this and get the treasure token. And then I can use the treasure token for the bricks without, you know, using my actual good stuff here. I guess the Waterwind Scout doesn't matter now. I'm gonna want to accomplish something, so I will accomplish this thing. I'll need a treasure here. And I think that's it for now. I could use the landmarker right away. But I need to make this into a 5/5. And I can do it by doing this, because of course they have the Cosmium Blaster. Okay, so do they have like a relevant attack? I have a... I mean, I can kill... Yeah, okay, I don't know what was with that, because I have the Altisar here against their flyers. Alright, so now I can... They actually don't have mana up for this blast now. Interesting. And mana up for this Nautilus too. What was the activation of the Anchorage? Let's do this. The treasure will be used for the transformation, and now I can attack with the Sunbone, and they actually have to lose the Waterwind Scout now if they want to. If they want to, you know, block this, because Pirates and the Nautilus isn't enough and they don't have mana for the Cosmium Blast. And for that reason, I do think I'm gonna make it happen. Well, there's the torch which I'm gonna cast, and I'm gonna get a trigger from the Ingenuity at least. Okay, they didn't want to sacrifice their scout, so this guy is gonna... does it matter? I have so much mana that I will be able to... I will always be able to move this around. Abuelo, which is gonna be pretty good. I guess it's also gonna be... Let's not forget this important thing. I can kill the Abuelo, and I have to do that. So... because it has ward 2, but it's not going to matter. They can blink this, it costs 3 mana. They can blink that or the Pirates too. There's a lot of options. But I have the landmark, which I can make into a creature, of course. So I can block a flyer still. I need to kill the Abuela for sure. And I'm going to... There's no point attacking with the Aspirant, so I'm gonna move this. Here I'm gonna attack with the Dino, because that will give me treasure, I suppose. I don't think there's any point attacking with the rest of the folks. Well, I'm gonna attack with this, I think. And this. And boom. If I attack with the gnome, it's just gonna bounce off from the Nautilus. So yeah. Let's do it like this. That's that. And I will do this and this. Did I play a... I think I did not trigger this turn yet. There's there's no fresh dino, so I'm gonna do this now. And I can... Okay, yeah, they actually just take this because they don't see a way to win on their next turn, right? But man, this Abuelo is also gonna be nasty because it will kind of make my Petrify bad and also just, you know, be a very good card with all the stuff they have going on. But there's no way for me to get anything that deals with the Abuelo. Not really. I mean, other than what I already have here, which is a few ways to deal with it, to be fair. Do I care about the landmark? It seems like it could be useful, but... Now I'm just gonna ship this same deck, maybe with a Daring Discovery on the draw. Okay, fine, not gonna play that on the draw. I could have the blowgun or the landmark. I'm gonna have the Volatile Wall too. That's gonna kill their creature land, making my mana a little worse, but I need to get lucky in this matchup. Just cut and plains, I suppose. I have the bricks. Well, this needs a plains anyway, but whatever. This is fine. And then I will replace the Daring Discovery with either the blowgun or another copy of the landmark. I like the blowgun actually. Both block flyers. I'm gonna get the equipment there. Okay, they go first. I have a good hand here. I'm gonna start with the landmark unless I get the ingenuity right away, but since I didn't, I can just scry into something decent here, and these are not necessary things at all. So I guess it was a very good scry then. I have a petrify now, so if they have a cliff on turn 3, it will be quite nice, unless they also have a abuelo to you know, free the cliff from the petrify. And abuelo has a board too, so rock slide isn't gonna kill it that easily. Okay, so no cliff at least yet. Well, that's really good with the market gnome. They actually chose not to. Wow. They chose not to keep it because they want to have lands. But this is really good with the market gnome. I guess that means they have a cliff because they wanna not sacrifice this to the reliquary but cast the cliff. That could be very good for me because of the the petrify I have available. Anyhow, let's do this. Okay, no enhancement there, sadly. I would have preferred the two double striker maybe. So they are missing land drops. Well, I have not really a good attack here at all. But I have militia here, so that's actually nice. Let's do this. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I should actually use this in here. Maybe I should have used the, well, whatever. Aspirant. I mean, it's not that good against what they have here. And yes, I do realize I can make this into a 3-3, but they could have a Cosmium Blast or something like that, and it's kind of a... Yeah, I don't need this. I need something with better impact. I'm willing to take the scout here. Land drops. I guess one way to win a double cliff deck is that they don't draw the third land in many turns. But they did. Alright. So I am totally tapped out if they have the cliff. But they don't. Actually, they chose to do that first. Okay, pickaxe is good. Would have been really good for the double striker, but oh well. Take 3. Okay, well they don't have a cliff in their hand. That's now pretty obvious. And I can do 1 and 2 damage in here and play the hidden volcano. I will save this petrify until I actually see them. I mean, they're gonna have a cliff at some point. I do have the rock slide I can use first. I also, when this dies, I can use the landmark to use this for the landmark. Okay, that's like acceptable. I can take the 4 there. It's tempting to use the rock slide, but before that, I do believe I'm going to go for the volcano first. Aspirant. Okay. Okay, so how to do it? Attack for 4 or give the aspirant. I'm gonna attack for 4. Every new treasure also means that I can start dealing more damage with the militia. It's actually 3 now this turn. Pretty sweet actually. The militia doing some work here. I still have a double removal in my hand. That's pretty nice. And I can of course use these treasure tokens to make the landmark into a actual thing. There's the abuelo, which I'm going to deal with. Well, that's a good one as well. I guess I'll still just attack with the companion. I mean, I can move this thing, but it doesn't actually achieve much. So, it's actually 6 mana to kill this thing. But the sad thing is, if I give this menace, they actually are going to be able to double block with these, and I only trade with one. I know I can use the petrify here too. Wait a minute, if I just petrify this and if I kill these two, they are forced to. Okay, why do I do it so in such a complicated manner? Just kill this, petrify here, and now they can't afford to. Am I correct? Is this gonna be enough? If I attack with everything and they block the aspirant, one, no, this is not enough. Am I a fool? I thought this is gonna be enough. I get another treasure though. They block the aspirant, go to 3. 1, 2, no, I mean, actually, it's not gonna be enough. Well, I should be winning regardless. They actually go for that. They didn't do the math. Maybe I did it wrong. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't gonna win. But of course, I mean, the point is, if they do not block, they go to 1. And how are they gonna win with just the Abuelo and me being at 10 life and this being a lethal and my attackers being lethal? Not to mention this Dino Automaton, which is gonna make the aspirant hard to block also. Alright, well, no glyphs in this game, but I was prepared with my Petrify if that would have appeared. So I would say Sunshot Militia was quite important here, but of course the actual important thing in the third game was that the opponent missed their third land drop a few times, and I was able to build the board presence there, which allowed me to finish them off with the militia. The deck was, good, but could have been better, I suppose. I'm not a big fan of the companion, but it does, kind of synergize with the militia, and of course, being an artifact with the poetic ingenuity. But I did get the trophy run with this deck. Is this now 2 white-red decks back to back, both trophy? I guess these colors are just very good, and of course, cards like Kabarok the Sunborn really increase your chances to win. But yeah, this is now the end of this video. Let's take the prize here, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you for watching, and bye bye.